Okay. We are streaming. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. Now F. F. Back to C. And C for a second time. Now F. Another F. And 2 measures of C. Now we get that G to the F and to the C. We turn it around with the G. Here we go. Now I'm going to throw in some 7th chords. C, C7, F, F7, C, C7. Now Fs. C, C. And here comes the G and F. C, C7. And turn it around to G7 again. Here we go. Second line, F, C, C. Turn it around. And end it on C. Okay, how'd that feel? Blues in C should be comfortable-ish, yeah? Yes? Ish. Emphasis on the ish. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add in that B flat. We're going to play it in F now. So go.
One question.
Yeah.
Would you say that in general you go from C to C7 as opposed to C7 into C when you're messing around, or you don't care? However
you do it, whatever you like the sound of. I kind of like the sound of that, So but you could do it in the opposite direction too. Right there, I was going from the 7s to the, yeah, totally works. And the beauty of the blues is if each of us is playing it differently, it still sounds great. Okay, any other thoughts before we try this in F? Okay, so go ahead and check out your F chords over here. So we're going to start with that F7. And then the 4 chord's going to be the B flat. And the 5 chord's going to be that C7. And back to the F7.
Are we not doing B flat 7?
We are not doing B flat 7 because it's a tougher chord. Not that it's tougher than B flat, but mostly I want us to get that B flat down before we start complicating it. And I know that B flat is still tough for a number of us because it's such a different position. Just as a reminder that with those B flats, and truthfully with the Fs too, if it helps, bring that elbow in. Smash it against your body for the B flat. I'm talking about your left elbow now. Right? It's much harder to do that B flat. In fact, I can't do a B flat when my elbow's out. I have to bring it in. So it creates, let me make sure you can see this angle better. So it creates your wrist angle, instead of coming into the fretboard straight like we normally do, it's coming in at an angle itself. So your hand is coming in it as an angle. Really helps. Did that make sense what I just said? Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and try those chords. 2, 3, 4. F. Now B flat. Back to F. B C7, B flat, and F. Turn it around with the C7. Back to the F. B flat, F. B flat. Back to the F. C7. F. Oh, sorry, B flat and F. Turn it around to C. One more time from the top, from the F. F. 7, B flat. And F. Here comes B flat. Back to the F. Now C7, B flat, and F. Turn it around at C, and we'll end with a big F7. Okay, how did that one feel? Little less comfortable, right? We're not nearly as familiar. First of all, we're not nearly as familiar with playing in that key anyways, and it's always different, right? Like you heard me mess up calling out the chords for exactly that reason. My head was thinking somewhere else. But it's a great exercise to play the 12-bar blues in a few different keys. Yeah, Linda.
When you do, not the very ending one that I yearn to do when you go super fast, but in the middle, you're sort of turning it around. Can you just show us that strum a little bit? When you change the strum and it gets a little faster or something?
Oh, I'm happy to show you any of the strums that I'm doing, but I have no idea which one you're talking about because I'm really just messing around with the blues, hoping that my messing around encourages you to as well. Switch your strums around, right? Blues is all about pouring your emotions into it. Are you talking about this one?
No. That I got.
That one? Yeah, I think all I'm doing there is just a down, up at an eighth note speed.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm doing there.
Thank you.
Okay. Hopefully we're warm. Let's work on our Havdalah. Okay, let's go over our chords to start as always. First we have that D minor. Then we have our B flat, bringing that elbow in. We have G minor and A7 and D minor. For the next line.
When you display this Saturday night, will you put this up so we have those little chord sheets?
I'm going to put exactly these things up on a TV at the back of the sanctuary so that we can all be at the front on the bima facing out and see the TV like where the entrance is, if that makes sense.
Perfect.
Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and try this. So getting into that D minor. Down, up, 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 down. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. Yada yada da 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 da. B flat yada da 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 da. G minor A7. D minor again. D minor. again. D minor, B flat, ya da 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 da. G minor, A7, D minor, go on. Baruch atah, O B flat and C, F and G and A7, and B flat and C and F and G, B flat and C and D minor from the top. Ya da ya da 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 da. B flat, ya da 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 da. G minor, A7, D minor again. Ya da ya da 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 da. B flat, ya da 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 da. G minor, A7, D minor, go on. Baruch G and B flat and C, Melech O A7, Bore C, F and G, B flat and C and D minor from the top. Ya ya da 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 da. B flat, ya da 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 da. G minor, A7, D minor again. Ya da ya da 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 da. B flat, ya da da. G minor, A7, D minor. Okay, we would normally do this for 3 blessings like we just did, and then the 4th one repeats the bottom 3 lines twice. So let's do it. F and G and B flat and C, Melech haolam, hamavdil ben C and F and G, B flat and C and D minor. Now from the F again. F and G and B flat and C, F and G and A7, and B flat and C, F and G, B flat and C, and end on D minor. Okay, yeah. How did that feel? I saw some of us looked a little tired towards the end of that.
What's the strum pattern on that again?
I'm doing a down. Let's see, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 2, up, down, up, down, 2, up, down, up, down. Rest up, down, up, down, 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 rest up, down, up. Yep. But you can also just do it with the beat. Down, up, 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 down. Or down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So you can do that too, however you want to do it. Yeah, Linda.
I was hoping we could sing it once with the real words that we're going to do, all those prayers, because when I try to sing those prayers, it's very hard for me to hit the right, like the word when they go hot-ish and stuff. I get like mixed up as to where that's going to land.
Totally. Sean says the B flat to the G minor is really throwing them off. B flat to the G minor. Yeah, I see that. I see why. It's really a shift, right? So pay attention. It might be helpful to, when you shift it over, bring that elbow out just a little bit. To think about that. B flat in, D minor out. B flat in, D minor out. You don't want a D minor all the way, but more square. Because what that will do is it'll automatically shift your thumb's position too if you're moving your elbow. And it'll shift how your fingers are coming into the fretboard as well. The other thing to say, and I know this is the same as always, but if you've got a specific chord progression movement that's tough, that's the one to work on over and over again. So that's what I would do, is I would sit there and just go B flat, D minor, B flat, D minor, over and over. But it's tough because, right, you're shifting from this sort of new double fretted one that we're doing to a more traditional chord. So yeah, it's just going to take some muscle memory there. You might think about the fact that your middle finger stays in the same spot and your ring finger jumps down 2 strings and your index finger is pulling in just one of those 2 that it was previously doing. If it's easier, you could always leave your index finger exactly as it is, covering the 2 strings, because your ring finger is going to play it at the right fret anyways. I don't think that's easier, but so whatever of that is helpful for you. I often find when I'm learning a new chord and having trouble switching between the previous one that really focusing on where each finger is going and thinking of it sort of flowing from one to the other in terms of the fingers is helpful. So whatever of those things helps.
That, what we just did, Daniel, was a little faster than I think we had been practicing. Is that the speed that we do it at in real life?
That's the speed I would do Havdalah at, probably. We totally could do it a little slower than that, though, if it's too fast for people.
So, I mean, I felt okay, but I was pushing it, and I'm imagining that might be a challenge for the group. So maybe just take it down a notch, or at least for practicing, and then like we could speed it up a little.
Yeah. We can, for sure. We'll take it down, 5 beats per measure or something.
But we don't want it to sound too mournful.
Right, we don't want it to be. So I'm sort of speaking maybe for the group. I saw some thumbs down, and I'm thinking maybe it was speed too was part of the issue. So
let's try it again. Just as a reminder, if you get lost, don't try to catch up. Instead, pick a spot that's coming up and rejoin that. If that makes sense. Okay. So let's try it again. We'll do it a little slower, and we will say the words to it as well. I don't have the full words written out here. Let me see if I can do that quickly.
It's under Havdalah chords, Friedman.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it'll just come right up for you. Where did my screen go?
I'm finding this too challenging for me. Is it okay? Does this come at the very beginning of the Havdalah service?
It is, but if it's the beauty of playing with a whole group of people is that if it's challenging for you, don't worry about it and play the parts that work. Right? If you only want to focus on maybe playing the D minors whenever they come around, or if the B flat is tough, skipping the B flat and just going to the G minor when it comes around, or feel free to do any of that, and that's the beauty of playing with a group of folks.
Oh, when does this come up in the service?
Very first thing.
Okay.
You indicated that just skipping the G minor and go to the A7 is perfectly allowable.
Whatever you do is perfectly allowable, particularly if you are coming in at the right beat, if that makes sense. Okay, Linda, here's one of the 4 blessings right here. They all have basically the same rhythm. Pre-Uke often, bull ray.
Oh, I lost I can see you guys, but I can't see you, Rabbi Daniel. I lost you. There we go. Rabbi Daniel,
Yeah.
will the words be up? All the words?
I absolutely can put them up. We'll probably put them up just like this, actually, if this works for us. So, oh, you're not seeing this, are you? You're just seeing me. I'm thinking that you're seeing what I'm doing, but you're not. Let's try. Here you go. Let's switch that.
Danny, could you write in that where the writing is? How many times you do each line? For instance, that ya da 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 is done twice, right?
Yes, got it. What you're saying? Yep, we always do that line twice. Where'd you go, Havdalah?
Judy, I was just going to suggest that you emphasize your la-las. Like you can always, even if you're not quite getting the chords, you know how you go, ya da 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 da, you can just sing, you know, and strum. If you get lost, I mean, it's so great. Yeah. It's a spirit, right?
Right.
Okay, let me explain the bottom how I wrote this here. All the words. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. And then it's either Berei Pri Hagafen or Berei Minei Besamim or Berei Minei Ha'esh or Hamavdil Ben Kodesh L'chol. So the first line, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, is the same for all of them. And then the first blessing is Hagafen, the second is Besamim, the third is Ha'esh, and the fourth is Hamavdil.
Thank you.
So that line is played 4 times or 3 times?
We play the whole thing 4 times, if that makes sense. So we do the Yidais twice, and then we do the next 3 lines for Berei Pri Hagafen. Then we do the Yidais twice, and we do the next 3 lines for Berei Minei Besamim, and then and so on.
I see.
And I saw Amy taking a picture, which is always a great thing to do, and this is all in that same link, too. For folks as well. All the changes are always up to date. Okay, let's try playing this one more time, shall we? At least one more time, I should say. Here we go. I apologize, by the way, I've covered up the C chord here, but I'm counting on us all to know the C chord. Okay, here we go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Here we go. Ya da 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 da. B flat ya da 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 da. G minor ya da da ya da 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 da. Ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Ya da da ya da ya da da. Go on, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei Pri Hagafen, Borei Pri Hagafen, Borei Pri Hagafen. Yay, da da ya da 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 da. Yay, da ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Yay, da again. Yay, da ya da 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 da. Yay, da ya da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Go on, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei Minei Besamim. Borei Minei Besamim. Ya da da da, ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 again. Ya da ya da 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 da. B flat ya da 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 da. G minor A7, D minor, go on. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ish. And again. Last time. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam bo hamavdil ben kodesh lecho hamavdil ben kodesh lecho. Judy, one thing looking at your hand that might help is remember to bring that thumb across the top rather than having it at the back of the fretboard like a bass. Wrap it around and it'll help with some of those chords. Yep, there you go. Okay, any thoughts, anything? Was it a little better at that speed? Okay, so the next one that we would do is Eliyahu Hanavi. Nope. That's not what I was trying to do. Wait, I'm hitting the wrong button. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So, same exact chords. So, we'll play it once where we'll sing through the chords, and the second time where we'll sing the words. Get on that D minor together. Down. I'm just doing downs right here. Down, 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 down. Haley, D minor, A7, D minor, D minor, to F, stay on F, go to C, and a B flat, A7, D minor. Let's try that again. A, D minor, A7, D minor, D minor, Hatish F, F, Yahoo, A, C, A, B flat, A7, D minor. Now there's no real beat for this next part, so you can do your fast strum or you can just kind of strum it as you like. G minor, Beyamenu, Ya, D flat, A7, D minor, and to G minor, Ben David, Imo, A7, Ben David. From the top. Eliyahu, A7, D minor, D minor, goes to F, stay on F, now go to C, and to B flat, A7, D minor, G minor, Beyamenu, Ya, D minor, A7, D minor, Imo, G minor, Ben David, Imo, A7, Ben David. From the top with the words. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimera Veyamenu, Yavo Elenu, Imoshiach Ben David, Imoshiach Ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, And then with an F, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov. Next is the D minor, Shavua Tov. Here comes the F. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. From the top, Shavua Tov, 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 Shavua Tov. So, kind of ironic that the first one is far and away the hardest, and the next two are much, much easier. Eliyahu Hanavi, what's tough about it is just that it's not really in rhythm, right? It has a number of rhythmic changes to it as you go. Shavua Tov is pretty straightforward. Any thoughts? Anythings before? Oh, excuse me, before we call it a day. Yeah, Linda, we're yawning together. Maybe yawns are contagious over Zoom. Yeah.
I caught my yawn from you, Rabbi.
There you go. There you go. It's contagious. I'll wear my mask next time. Okay. See folks on Saturday at 6. Bring friends. Invite people to come. It'll be great to be there with real live people as well as the Zoomiverse.
Should people bring instruments? Are you gonna sort of devolve into or evolve into a little bit of a jam?
We'll have a jam afterwards. Exactly.
So if people play instruments, they should come and bring them.
Yes.
Sounds
Do
good.
you have your Hawaiian shirt on?
Oh, yeah. As always with ukulele events, if you have a Hawaiian shirt, please do wear it. Yeah.
Then and I will be decked.
I will try to bring lays for everyone.
Great. And
Like,
I should ask this group. So we're moving, for those who haven't heard, here, let me turn off the stream.